fine for you. I do that 3-4 times again, I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch, I do it all and I'm around, you're scared to do. I'm not, as long as you joking now here for me, I ain't got it. My bitch scheming, looting, hide your bodies. As long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. Tell the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I can't just lose and miss the moment. You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do. In the drop top ride with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Let's take this argument back up to my place. Sex around you, I'm not violent, I'm your day one. We had shit, yeah, it was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. Hard to grow when you're not here. I'm saying I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do.
Main one lying, are you frontin' on me and I'm the main one trying? Are you blaming on me and you the main one lying? Are you threatening to leave and I'm the main one crying? Just tryna be your everything. Main one crying, are you frontin' on me and I'm the main one trying? Are you blaming on me and you the main one lying? Are you threatening to leave and I'm the main one crying?
I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when
stand for the academic procession and our national anthem. Thank you. You may all be seated. My humble greetings go out to all gathered in this stunning venue. Faculty and students, parents, guardians, staff, and industry partners alike. I feel really honored to stand here in front of so many beautiful faces. It makes me all that more nervous. Before you stands Deleki Shai, and I am tasked with imparting knowledge to the incoming students. But I believe we can all learn a thing or two. I would love to introduce to the first years, though, the incoming students, to a friend we may not feel that positively about, imposter syndrome. Often described as an annoyingly nagging voice in the back of our heads that tells you you are unqualified or undeserving of the spaces that you occupy. This is a feeling we unfortunately cross paths with more than we would like to. To put this into context for my peers, though, my first experience was in my first year. Our lecturer asked us to read out our marks to help her record them a bit faster. You can already imagine where this was headed. Mind you, I had not even heard of Visual Studios before that first lecture. Not to brag, but in the moment, my mark was a bit higher up. I could not help but feel a sense of pride. The second another mark higher than mine was read out, that pride turned into a pit in my gut. If I were to rank my mark coming out of that classroom, I would fall at the tail end. I was in a class full of Einsteins, and I couldn't help but feel so out of place. In the same year, I went on to join the CLC, a few clubs, and even a sport. The learning curve to all of these frustrated me. Yes, I was just starting out, but you couldn't tell that to 19-year-old me. All he wanted to do was excel. Fast forward a few weeks, and I started improving. My marks were not topping any list, but they were proving to me that I could actually make it. Unbelievably, I only felt like I could make it in this field in the last few months of 2024. Then came the best news that I'd gotten the whole year. I'd been blessed with the honor of heading the Pretoria Campus Leadership Council for 2025. Small boy, big God, I always say. What I hope you take away from these two stories is, regardless of how small that voice in my head made me feel, I never let it stop me from trying. There's a saying that sounds an awful lot like the Nike slogan. Do it tired, do it scared. Do it alone, but just do it. And Adele once said, complacency is the worst trait to have. It does sound absurd that you might reach a state of not wanting anything better for yourself in this life. When you do try to step out of that complacency, though, give these 3 statements of mine a try to get you back up again. Firstly, remember what you did to get here. I know matric was not a walk in the park for me, so why shouldn't that be a medal on your label? Furthermore, when that feeling finally hits, you would be well into the semester. Leading up to that point, remember the work that you have put in. Secondly, remember your goals. If I were to ask you all, what was your aim or your goal enrolling into IT? A hefty paycheck wouldn't be a rare response, and I won't judge. It would be the same response for me as well. Remembering that this is a path to your goal could do a great deal in reminding you of how much you owe it to yourself to see whatever you put your heart to through. Lastly, but certainly not least, remember who was with you all along and for whom you are doing this. Names like those of parents, of siblings, and children may pop up in your head, but remember that you have been there too. You know the downs, the trials, and the tribulations that you've been through, but most importantly, you know of the ups, the triumphs, and the small victories along the way. Graduation is not the only thing worth celebrating. The pass on that particularly difficult module is worth celebrating as well. I do not stand here alone. You may not see them, but I have the support of Tsiamu, the Pretoria CLC deputy, and Rechad, my fellow Kempton Park CLC head. I picked their brains on this very topic, and here is what Rechad had to say. Doubt is a natural thing. It is something many of us face, especially in an industry like this, where excellence surrounds us. It is that nagging voice in the back of our heads telling us that we do not belong, that our achievements are somehow undeserved. But this should not define us. We are here because we have earned it. So let your doubt push you to grow and learn. Let it help you embrace the challenges ahead and rise above them. Even the most accomplished people have moments of self-doubt. It is just how you deal with it that matters. Tiamo is as wise in her own regard, saying, feeling out of place in spaces where others seem more talented or privileged is an experience many of us know well, especially when you do not see yourself as a big dreamer. It is easy to feel like you are undeserving, as though every opportunity has been wasted on you. But I have learned that happiness and self-worth are not tied to accomplishments or comparisons. What keeps me grounded and going another day is realizing I do not have to constantly prove my value. There is value in just being. And that is more than enough. I joined the Luke Challenge in December, which is where you read a chapter of the book of Luke every day, and you wake up on Christmas Day knowing what and whom we celebrate. What stood out for me was Jesus' tenacity when he was being tempted while in his fast. Satan told a very hungry Jesus to forget about his goal and to eat so he could satisfy himself. For 40 days, Jesus reminded Satan and himself why he was doing what he was doing. That same tenacity is what you should have to fight off that voice. In this fast-developing field, there will always be a plethora of people to fill your shoes. Questions of whether you belong should not be what you focus on. Self-improvement and ensuring your irreplaceability should always take top priority. As he said in Jeremiah, he has plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. In closing, I would love that every time imposter syndrome pays you a visit, let it serve as a reminder that you are working yourself into spaces younger you is afraid you are unqualified for, but you know you are. Here's to a great 2025. God bless you all.
Representatives of the South African government, representatives of the industry, with a very special welcome to BET Software and Gajima, representatives of universities, honorable guests, alumni, students, families, and friends, welcome. It's a great delight and an honor to welcome all of you on behalf of the Belgium Campus IT-versity to its 2025 official academic opening. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to bless this evening with a prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, you create life from the earth on which we dwell and breathe into it new life and meaning. Graciously, you empower us with knowledge and skills to aid one another as we live out our life on this earth. Bless our gathering as we recall your grace and kindness to these young lives and celebrate the endings and the beginnings of the opportunities you provide. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. The Mzansi Youth Choir from Soweto has had the honor of performing alongside renowned artists such as Shakira, Andrea Bocelli, Joss Groban, Celtic Woman, and Beyoncé. In 2024, they performed internationally on 4 occasions. In 2023, they made history on America's Got Talent by receiving the first ever audience Golden Buzzer and advancing to the finals. They also collaborated with Chris Martin and Coldplay, performing with them 4 times in 2023 and 2024. Coldplay also invited the choir to contribute to their latest album, featuring 2 tracks. It is indeed a privilege to welcome the Mzansi Youth Choir that will be performing during this evening. Welcome. Our first speaker for the evening, who joined Belgium Campus IT University in 2022 as Academic Dean, came from the University of South Africa. And he has a career in higher education spanning from 1997. His wealth of knowledge and experience has made an impact at our institution. It's an enormous pleasure to welcome Dr. Jan Mens, the Academic Dean at Belgium Campus IT University, to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Kritzinger. I normally tell all the people in the back to move to the front. I don't think it's going to work tonight, so it's okay. Sit where you are. Education is a team effort. We don't do what we do all by ourselves. Part of the team is sitting here on stage, looking quite snazzily dressed, I think. You can say hello and welcome them. Other part of the team, of course, is you, sitting in your white shirts, some red ties, some black. You too are an important part of this team. So we would like to welcome you too. I can't promise that'll be the last clap, but we'll work on it. So we are a student-centered institution. What we do is for our students, with our students, and because of our students. We collaborate, we work together with only one aim in mind, and that is your success. We don't really want you to stay all that long. 3 years, maybe 4. Beyond that, we get nervous because your career is waiting. The world of work is waiting for your skills, for your intellect, for your creativity. We are proud to be part of that journey. So I welcome you, parents, notable people, other important people, and honorary people, everybody else. You are welcome too, but I call you to witness as we open today our academic year. Welcome everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Mens. Before we continue with tonight's program and officially open the 2025 academic year, I think it's important that we reflect on some of the excellent achievements of our students during the 2024 academic year. I'm going to be looking at the top performers for the diploma in information technology. First year top achievers are Alisa Peacock, 75.9%. Perhaps we can just get through the qualification and then you can, otherwise we're going to be here for a while. Wazirukumwe Vincent Pack, 71.6%. Kalyan Naiker, 70.7%. The second year diploma in information technology top achievers are Moropa Kau with 77.5%, Vigo Julius with 75.2%, and Vian Kukumur with 75.2%. The third year top achievers in this qualification is, or are, Tsepo Ngwazana with 81.1%, Dristan van Zyl, 79.8%, and Tsepo Sean Masima with 79.4%. Next, it's for our Bachelor of Information Technology students, with first year top achievers being Ofensi Velikazi with 73.4%, Hanral Kun 71.1%, and Sergio Fernandez with 69.9%. Our second year top achievers in this qualification is Mamelo Lelaka with 79.4%, Somebody is very proud. Arnoldus Christian Vlok, 79.3%. And Mark Patrick Brown with 77%. Our third-year students, the top achievers in this qualification is Jamie Seb Buto at 84.3%, Johannes Gerhardus van Wyk at 79.2%, Nokwanda Priscilla Dlamini with 79.1%. Our part-time students also did exceptionally well, with top achievers being Divan Leroux, 80.4%, Tyne John Bangro, 79.4%, and Ryan de Wet, 78%. For the Bachelor of Computing, our first-year top achievers for 2024 is Nathan Thomas Labaskagni with 85.1%, Shanri Durant with 84.6%, and Casper van Niekerk with 83.4%. For the second-year students of 2024, the top achievers are Martinez Wolmerans with 88.4%, Hailey Tretens with 86.2%, Marcus Reblin, 86%. Our senior students in the Bachelor of Computing, top achievers are Annika Kritzinger, 84.1%, Anton de Vos with 83.9%, and Wian van Niekerk, 83.7%. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate the students, faculty, and all support staff for these exceptional results. The higher education landscape in South Africa is changing and is evolving fast. Any journey requires a person to take the helm and guide others. Ladies and gentlemen, the person at the helm that are assisting and supporting us in this evolution is our Chief Executive for Education and Collaboration, Dr. Jannie Zyman. Please welcome him to this podium.
Good evening, distinguished guests, academic staff, our parents, and both our new and our returning students. It is a privilege to stand before you today as we officially open the academic year at Belgium campus IT-versity. And this occasion is not just a celebration of new beginnings, it's a reaffirmation of our commitment to academic excellence, innovation, and preparing tomorrow's leaders for the ever-evolving world of work. As we step into 2025, we must recognize a defining global shift, one that places Africa at the center of the future workforce. While many parts of the world are grappling with aging populations, Africa stands apart as the continent of youth. Our continent is home to over 400 million young people between the ages 17 and 35, a demographic that represents unparalleled potential in the global workforce. By contrast, the rest of the world is aging rapidly. According to the United Nations, by 2030, 1 in 6 people globally will be aged 60 or older, and by 2050, the number of people aged 60 and above will double. In many countries, particularly in Europe and East Asia, the working age population is shrinking, and economies are already struggling to maintain sustainable productivity levels. And therefore, this global reality places South Africa and Africa in a position of immense opportunity. While other regions face labor shortages and increasing dependency ratios, our youthful population with the correct support, training, skills, is poised to drive innovation, economic growth, and technological advancements. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report of 2025, which was released last month, makes it clear that the workforce of tomorrow demands expertise in artificial intelligence, robotics, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and data science, as well as critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving and emotional intelligence. The industries of the future will be shaped by those who are technologically adept, adaptable, and capable of continuous learning. Just imagine, 90% of the world's data has been generated since 2019. By 2024, the total volume of data created, captured, copied, and consumed worldwide had reached 149 zettabytes. Over the next 5 years, global data creation is expected to soar, exceeding 394 zettabytes by 2028. It's crucial for us to prepare you for this fast-changing digital landscape. Here at BCI, we believe that you, as part of Africa's youth, are its new gold. And we are committed to unlocking this potential through high-quality education, industry collaboration, and hands-on learning experiences. Our curriculum is carefully crafted to bridge the gap between theory and practice, ensuring that our graduates are not only academically proficient, but also industry-ready and globally competitive. And to achieve this, we collaborate very closely with industry leaders through our Industry Advisory Board, which oversees 4 key chapters, namely software development, infrastructure, vendor, and auxiliary technology tracks. These chapters convene ad hoc panels as and when required to address specific industry challenges and opportunities. These boards play a vital role in aligning our curriculum with emerging industry demands, ensuring that students are exposed to cutting-edge technologies and real-world problem-solving. This commitment to excellence extends to our faculty members as well. Today, 24 of our academic staff members hold master's and doctoral degrees as compared to only 9 in 2019. And by 27, we aim to have every lecturer at the institution hold an advanced degree. To keep pace with the rapid advancements in technologies and industry demands, we are also expanding our academic offerings. We just received approval for our advanced diploma in cybersecurity and our postgraduate diploma in cybersecurity risk management. This year, we are submitting new honors degree programs to the Council of Higher Education in artificial intelligence, robotics, spatial computing, and game development, which are all fields that will shape the future of work. Our submissions will be different to any other currently in existence, like our agentic AI honors degree. It is remarkable that 20% of all global research funding is dedicated to a single technology, namely artificial intelligence. The global artificial intelligence market was valued at $196 billion in 23, and is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 36% from 2024 to 2030. We will prepare our students for that world. Beyond IT, we are conducting a feasibility study to launch a second faculty in engineering with potential focus areas in electronic engineering, computer engineering, mechatronics, and electrical engineering. Our commitment to global engagement and real-world industry readiness is stronger than ever. BCI has built close relationships with more than 140 companies, both locally and internationally, to ensure that our students gain practical exposure through internships, mentorship programs, and collaborative research projects. We are also actively engaged in BRICS IT skills development initiatives and maintain strong global connections, including collaborations with the British Computer Society and other leading institutions across all continents. Furthermore, our TICON Africa initiative has expanded to 12 African nations, creating a network of knowledge sharing and cross-border industry collaboration. Later this year, from August 25 to 27, the annual TICON Africa Conference will be held in Accra in Ghana, and that will provide some of our students and lecturing staff with a platform to engage with top professionals and thought leaders in industry. The provisional theme of the conference is Empowering Africa's Future, Pioneering Innovation for Global Impact. BCI is also investing in institutional excellence to ensure that our academic standards remain world-class. This year, we will conduct 2 major institutional audits, one in May in collaboration with public higher education institutions such as TUT, UP, NWU, CPUT, UWC, and NMU, and another in October, which will involve leading universities from the USA, Brazil, India, Spain, China, Belgium, and Austria, and the Netherlands. These rigorous assessments will prepare us for the Council of Higher Education's institutional audit, which we anticipate in 2026, reinforcing our commitment to delivering education that meet and exceed global benchmarks. To our students, this is your time. South Africa's future is not defined by its challenges, but by its immense opportunities. The world is looking at South Africa and Africa for talent and innovation, and you are at the forefront of this transformation. The choices that you make today, the skills that you develop, the knowledge that you acquire will determine our place in the global economy. The jobs of tomorrow will not wait. The era of digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and automation is already here. And it is those who are prepared, adaptable, and visionary who will lead. We are creating multiple opportunities for you to engage with industry and begin preparing for your future today. Throughout the year, we will host hackathons, professional community events, providing valuable exposure to industry trends and certifications. You will also have the chance to attend public lectures presented by industry experts. As a student, our call to action is simple. Show up, participate, and take the first steps toward building your professional profile. Immerse yourself in the industry and start shaping your future now. As we open this academic year, let's stand united, students, parents, academic staff, and support staff, driven by a shared vision of excellence, innovation, and transformation. Africa is rising, and you, our BCI students, are at the heart of this awakening. Your success is not just yours alone. It is BCI's success, South Africa's success, and Africa's triumph. Every idea that you cultivate, every challenge that you overcome, every breakthrough that you achieve will propel our continent forward. The world is watching and the future is calling. Step boldly into this journey, embrace knowledge with passion, and dare to dream beyond limits. You are the architects of tomorrow, and together we will shape a legacy that will inspire generations to come. Once again, welcome to Belgium campus. Let us make this year one of growth, of discovery, success, and plenty of unforgettable moments. I thank you.
Douglas, my old friend, I've got to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seed while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted still remain within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone. by the flash of a neon eye that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs, their voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Said I do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might sing you, take my arms that I might reach you, but my words lie silent, they don't speak, and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god, and the sun flashed out its warning. Did the words I did was spoken? Then the sign said the words of the prophets are incessant. It's an echoes and whispers in the sound of silence.
Thank you, Dr. Simon. Industry plays a significant role as a key stakeholder in higher education and the development of our youth. Belgium Campus Diversity recognizes this and appreciates the feedback from our strategic partners regarding the latest and emerging technologies used by the industry to keep our curriculum relevant. As Dr. Simon mentioned, we have continuously had tremendous support from the industry, which has grown to over 140 South African and international companies. And I want to thank representatives from our different strategic partners in the opportunities you are providing to our students, not only through funding, but also giving them opportunities to gain experience through internships. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, Mr. Grant Meldrum, obtained his Bachelor of Arts in Economics from University of Cape Town in 1981. He also has the Digital Marketing Diploma from Columbia Business School. Mr. Meldrum has over 33 years experience in industry in the United States and South Africa, and have been involved in various award-winning projects. It is a great pleasure to introduce the National Business Development Executive from BET Software, Mr. Grant Meldrum.
What an act to follow. Congratulations. That was amazing. Honored guests, faculty members, students, and future leaders of the tech revolution. BET Software is one of the fastest growing software development companies in the country. And I lead a brilliant team that is responsible for providing support to everyone at BET Software. My time at BET Software has taught me that information is the currency of the new economy, and the demand for IT professionals has never been higher. This alone makes a career in IT a compelling option. In fact, the better your skill set, the more in demand your experience will be. I can give you 2 other attractive reasons why you should pursue a career in IT. IT professionals always make good money, and that is expected to continue. Secondly, the IT field has many career options, from building websites to designing computer software to emerging fields like blockchain, robotics, and cloud computing. The reality is that we need technology to provide quality education to remote villages in our country, to enhance digital inclusion for underserved communities. We need technology to create platforms that support entrepreneurship and job creation. We also need technology to create software that revolutionizes healthcare, or an AI system that predicts and prevents disasters, or cybersecurity solutions that protect millions of digital threats. IT fuels every sector of the economy, from healthcare to finance, agriculture to education, entertainment to space exploration. It enables businesses to grow, governments to serve efficiently, and individuals to connect across continents. The point I'm making is that the impact of IT is a catalyst for national and global progress, and choosing to pursue a career in information technology is a commitment to shaping the future, because a career in IT empowers you for the force for good. Technology is built on trial and error. It is built on innovation through failure, but it is also built on progress through persistence. So even on days when the code just won't compile, remember that the skills you develop here will empower you to lead in the digital world. Some of you may go on to work for global tech giants, while others may launch startups that redefine the industry. As you walk through the halls of your campus, see yourself as more than just a student. See yourself as a change maker, an innovator, and a leader. South Africa, Africa, and the world need your ideas and your commitment to excellence in IT. The future is undoubtedly tech, and it belongs to those who dare to dream, learn, and create. Go and make it count. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meldrum. Over the last 10 years, Belgium Campus IT-versity has been providing dedicated higher education to deaf students. We currently have 24 deaf students enrolled at different stages of completing their qualification. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, Mr. Atmar Klaasen, is one of 6 deaf students that completed their Bachelor of Information Technology at Belgium campus University in 2023. Mr. Klaassen is currently employed as a software developer Putlali Village. It is a great pleasure to welcome to the podium Mr. Atmar Klaassen.
Is the camera looking at me? Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Mr. Kritzinger, for the welcome. Good evening, everyone. I'm very, very happy to be here this evening. So as I was introduced, my name is Atma. You might have been able to see that I am deaf, and I'm currently a software developer at Putlali Village, as was mentioned. So some of the people that work with me, they are interns, and some of them are deaf, and part of my responsibilities is to guide them into being a functioning person after being a student. So being a student, obviously, all of you are excited, probably a bit nervous because the future is uncertain. Things are unclear. I know how that is. When I was here, I started studying. I went for the diploma at first. This was in 2015. Until 2019 when I graduated with a diploma. And then a few years later, I decided, you know what, let's push this thing further. And I got the BIT degree. And this was in 2023, as Mr. Kritzinger mentioned. And from that period up until now, I was working as the software developer at Putlali Village and as the mentor for our deaf interns. So just a little bit about Putlali Village. We're a company, we make lots of different software packages for lots of different companies, and in my team, we focus on web apps, making web-related applications for companies. And we teach the students basically to take what they've learned and to build on that, because that's a skill. And that's a big part of the role of the team you'll be working with in the future, because the skills you need are not only the skills you learn in coding. The soft skills, the skills like problem solving, those kind of skills are as important because those skills help you work with other people. So you've got your program and your coding, but don't forget to get those other skills going as well. How to be a real functioning person out there. So now, as all of you are studying here at BCI, you're going to be learning a lot of things. And then when you're done, you graduate, now you're done with learning, right? Sorry, no. You'll be studying, coding, programming, database, all of that. But don't forget to learn how to learn, because that is never going to stop. It's not going to be easy. No one says that. So you might fail, and it's not the end of the world. If you do fail, that's just a sign that tells you, you know what, let me do something. Ask for help early. Get support. These people can help you and keep the momentum going. So get the support you need. Don't try and accomplish these things alone. If you find the journey is difficult, get help. And I remember when I was studying, and you're coding. As a first year, you think, what, I'm just going to type and this thing is going to do what I tell it to. The amount of bugs I've had to suffer through. It's at night, I'm thinking, why on earth is this thing not working? It's frustrating. And you're going to get that a lot. Yeah, AI, I see you coming. And yeah, but remember, AI, don't worry. AI is just a tool in your toolkit, like a screwdriver or a hammer. So it's part of your toolkit. Important, yes. But remember, hammers, maybe not, because they break things. But yeah, so ride the wave. Now it's AI. Who knows what it's going to be in the future? So for now, as all of you are here, and starting with your studies, focus on your studies. Try and do the best you can. You're going to have some hard times, but don't give up. It looks bad, but don't give up. The sunlight is coming. Enjoy the journey. Here at BCI, they won't give up on you. Make friends. Have fun. It's not just about studying. Enjoy the time that you will spend here. So I hope you have a great year together. Thank you very much.
Taendelea kwa sifa iliyobeba siri kwamba kwa Yesu kuna uhuru. Nitaisema sauti zinazovuta watu kwa shimo la kukata tamaa. Kwa wimbo mtamu wa furaha na kuja upesi kwa ajili yangu nawe. Na wimbo ambao umebeba chumvi kwa pamoja katini dansi. Na wimbo huu waweza tia matumaini na wanapoanguka. Si wimbo mtamu unaweza fungua minyororo kwa waliofungwa awali. Utakuwa na hakika kupitia wimbo, njia yako ya kupitia. Nitauimba wimbo huu. Wimbo watu siku na muzika ya uzuri wetu. Taendelea kwa sifa iliyobeba siri kwamba kwa Yesu kuna uhuru. Nitaisema sauti zinazovuta watu kwa shimo la kukata tamaa. Kwa wimbo mtamu wa furaha na kuja upesi kwa ajili yangu nawe. I'm gonna keep making music that carries the seed that gives us this liberty. I'm gonna turn off the sound that'll drag people down to the pit of despair. With blessed happy tunes coming soon, but it's true like you and me. I'm gonna sing just as long as it takes for a song to make sad and every spirit scream. I'm gonna keep making music that carries the seed that gives us this liberty. Like you and me. Like you and me.
Thank you, Mr. Claassen. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Blessed Rapudi graduated with a Bachelor of Computing, magna cum laude, from Belgium Campus University in 2023, and has worked her way up to a software engineer at Intellect over the past few years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium alumnus Ms. Blessed Rapudi.
Good evening, everybody. It feels like yesterday when I graduated from Belgium campus. I'd argue that it's more fact than feeling, simply seeing as I graduated in 2023. I never thought I'd be back here so soon, more so as the alumni speaker. I had honestly done my fair number of speeches as SRC president. I honestly thought BC might have been tired of me by now. But when Ms. Kolisile asked me to come back and speak, it was an opportunity I just could not pass up on. I'm honored, a little nervous, but more than anything, I'm excited to bring some hope to the next generation of tech graduates. A quote, which I have become quite fond of over time, is fear is only as deep as the mind allows. It's a Japanese proverb. Everything is always scary at the start. I know that that was the case for me. As a first year, starting university, it was wondering if I could even become a software engineer one day. In third year, it was fearing the unknown, wondering if I'd find a job, if I'd be good enough at that job, and live out this dream I had of breaking into tech. When I started working, it was the fear of getting fired. I had this irrational fear that a manager would just pop out of nowhere, find out how terrible my code is. Pro tip, everybody finds that when you go back to your code that you wrote when you started working, it's terrible, it's terrible. It truly terrified me to be in all these big boy meetings and not know if I'd be able to contribute anything meaningful or valuable. I had amazing mentors along the way who showed me that no one really knew what they were doing. We all just learned it along the way. One thing all these fears had in common was that they were just that, fears. My mother always broke it down for me into an acronym saying that fear is spelt false evidence appearing real. Narrowing down these fears to this simply being irrational thoughts in my head because I didn't know what to expect. It took some time, but once I learned that I could choose not to be a victim to my own thoughts and that I may not be able to control much of what was happening to me, but rather my reaction to it, everything changed. My journey in tech felt like it began with a huge question mark. I felt like I really didn't know what I was doing. And can I confidently say that I know what I'm doing now? Probably not just yet. But I'm much better now than when I was at the start. I used to be so afraid of even making a pull request into the test environment. Now, I know that if I break it, I can confidently fix it. It has been a 4-year-long journey of growth. And I can say that one thing as a result of studying through Belgium campus is that it really taught me not just how to code, but also how to learn continually. It was also mentioned earlier. As you start working, you quickly realize that the world is looking for problem solvers. As much as everybody is in the room, the real value comes from experience and being that problem solver. Hitting the wall, making mistakes, and using what you know and what you learn along the way to solve these problems. That is where your value lies. This, despite how inspirational and poetic it sounded, it was one of the hardest things I had to learn. I had to be comfortable with making mistakes. Often through your education, your value is found in marks, by doing things right, by having your code run successfully, by bringing back the right answers as to who invented the World Wide Web. But not necessarily in the real world. As valuable as this education is, and I want to emphasize that it really is important because that is your gateway into the industry, there's so much more to it. You have to be a problem solver. The quicker you learn to be comfortable with making mistakes, with failure, to being okay with not knowing now, but doing everything that is in your power to learn, to figure it out, that is how you become an asset. And that is what companies are looking for. And you all chose a great industry, as seeing that our world is shaped by technology today. Our banks, our hospitals, electrical grids, and so many more aspects of our society, all shaped by tech. You, as somebody who is at the start of their journey, should start seeing the role you play in society. I personally do not just believe in making money and coming home, but rather in a life that is filled with purpose in some way, shape, or form. Looking at your role, no matter how big or how small, and seeing how it can influence somebody's day-to-day life. Be it building a system that is used by bankers or to save lives, an app, a technical solution that revolutionizes the way people interact. The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this industry so exciting to me. As I stand before you today, I've seen my role personally make an impact. I've seen how it can be used for good and evil. I guess this is the part in the speech where I mentioned something cool about AI, because that's what a text speech is nowadays. But somebody said earlier as well, it is just a tool in your toolbox. Alas, I hope that as you embark on this new year, that you would be able to do so without fear. With the hope and motivation to push through all these difficult modules. My personal gripe was linear programming, but we survived, and so can you. And see how you can become that asset to society. I cannot wait to see what amazing things you do as the new members of our society. As a born-again Christian, I would not be able to end off this speech without my favorite Bible verse, which is in the book of Isaiah 41, verse 10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed. Apologies for that. For I am your God. I will strengthen you and I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. May this year be filled with God's strength, guidance, and grace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Rapudi. And I might add that we might invite you again in the future. Belgium Campus IT-versity has enjoyed the active and enthusiastic support from Flanders, Belgium, over the last 25 years. I would like to invite General Representative for Flanders in Southern Africa, Mr. Thomas Castro, to officially open the 2025 academic year.
Dear CEO, Dean and faculty members, faculty staff, dear guests, parents and family, and most important of all, dear students, good evening. The delegation of Flanders has enjoyed many years of partnerships and collaboration with Belgium Campus IT-versity, and it is my pleasure and honor to celebrate the opening of the academic year with all of you. Whether you are about to start your first year of study, whether this will be your final year or whether you are somewhere in between, I hope that it will be a year filled with new possibilities, but also with development and with growth. You have, to the first years, you have chosen to study at Belgium Campus because you are passionate about anything IT related. And you hope to embark on a career in programming, software development, software engineering, business intelligence, data science, artificial intelligence, maybe web development, or another high-tech job, many of which us diplomats don't really understand a lot.
What I do understand, though, and appreciate is that IT is a really fascinating sector that is constantly changing, it is adapting and expanding at a pace that is really difficult to keep up with. To quote from your very own Belgium campus website, some of the job opportunities that will become available to you might not even exist because they haven't been created yet. I found it quite interesting. The past few years have been groundbreaking in terms of information technology. That was also mentioned by one of the other speakers. The pace of research development in the IT sector, the innovation is just mind-boggling. The digital landscape has been reshaped by the rise of AI-driven technologies. I have, of course, to mention that, thinking about Chinese DeepSeek and others. Businesses are being transformed by increasingly personalized customer experiences, whilst the automation of workflows, the creation of new platforms, increased cloud communications, and improved analytics, they all have pushed boundaries and accelerated the pace of change. Dear guests, dear students, it is clear today that ICT systems are driving not only business, institutional actors, but are also redefining the way in which we live, in which we learn, in which we interact, socialize, and also relax. These are really revolutionary advances, and they carry with them a number of challenges. From a practical perspective, cybersecurity and safeguarding privacy are of increasing concern. Of even greater concern is the need for skills, training, and capacity building, which are really essential if we are to keep up with the pace of the digital transformation. In addition, digital inclusion is key. We must ensure, dear guests, that everyone has access to digital technology and basic skills, training, and to digital safety as well, from cyberbullying, privacy breaches, cybercrime, disinformation, to just name a few. Dear students, for over 25 years, Belgium campus has provided world-class IT education, and students who graduate from this institution are well equipped for careers in the IT sector, unlike me. Another area where you will be able to make meaningful contributions is perhaps a little more outside the boundaries of what is considered the traditional IT sector, if you can use that word, because it sounds a bit like a contradiction. With your degree in hand and the expertise you will gain here, you will also be able to contribute to tackling today's and tomorrow's societal challenges, such as bridging the gap between technology and society to ensure that the technological revolution addresses challenges related to climate, mobility, social inclusion, as I mentioned, care, inequality, poverty, and also sustainability. Let me give you two examples. I know you're all looking forward to the reception, but let me just give you two examples of my home region, Flanders in Belgium. In recent years, Flanders has taken action to address these challenges of inequality and also the digital gap by creating the so-called digibanks. They aim to reduce digital exclusion by ensuring that digital services are accessible to all citizens, not just the tech-savvy. Think about providing laptops, screens, hardware, IT support to those who need it, or boosting digital skills through training and knowledge sharing, and promoting and making digital access to essential government services as accessible as possible. On my previous posting, I was based in the north of Europe, and I worked a lot in a very small country in the Nordic Baltic state. It's called Estonia. It is the birthplace of Skype. It's also the birthplace of the first online banking system in Europe. And there we also talked a lot about the digital gap, especially towards the older people in the society. The Flemish digibanks are partnerships between local municipalities, businesses, civil society organizations, and also educational institutions and the social economy. The second example dates from 2023, when my government launched the very first data utility provider. It's a public company called Atumi. And its mission, the mission of this public data utility provider, is to make more data more actionable for more businesses. It's actually Europe's first ever platform for secure and smart data, lockers. For instance, if you are later looking for a job, you can share your diploma with the potential employer through that system by at the same time also safeguarding your personal data. Dear guests and students, I'm actually becoming a little bit jealous. You have such exciting times and futures ahead of you. I want to wish you all the best for your studies. During your studies, develop new ideas. Why not set up a startup, but also enjoy. And please, parents, do not listen. Party enough, dear students. Very important. With that, it's my pleasure to officially open the academic year of Belgian campus. Thank you very much.
When you're down, when you're on the field, when evening falls so hard, I'll comfort you. I'll take your heart. Oh, when darkness comes,
Thank you, Mr. Castro. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have another round of applause for the Mzansi Youth Choir who entertained us tonight with their talent. Thank you for attending our 2025 academic opening. May I ask that you stand during the exit of the academic procession and join us for refreshments outside after the academic procession has left. Have a safe journey. Thank you.